Did y'all see that? I just flashed on the screen and then went away. Hello, hello, Fit Pros. Come on in. I want you to please come in, say hello to me. Let me know that you are here and that you're watching, that you're excited about what we're talking about today. So in case you did not see this morning, I'm fixing my screen here. So originally we were going to be having Denise and Bessie from Muscle Mixes on today on the Fit Pro show. That did not pan out. She is dealing with some family stuff, and we are sending her our best, and we will reschedule her and she'll be on soon, but she won't be on today. And so today I hurried up and I got together a topic that is really something that has been a sticking point for a lot of you, something that you guys are really needing help with. And so I put together this lesson. It was inspired by the live lesson I was giving yesterday in the Virtual Studio Business Accelerator. And you guys are about to get some really fantastic insider information based on what I teach in the accelerator. So I hope you are really excited to hear about this. Today we are talking about how to choose your online fitness product so that you can offer it to your audience with confidence and conviction and make the maximum income and impact that you are looking to make with that fitness offer. So that's what we're talking about today. You guys come in, say hello. Let me know what questions you guys have about this subject. Let me see. What do I want you to tell me in the comments as we get started? So today, you guys, let me know what is it that you're offering? Are you offering online? Are you just doing in person? Are you still just working for a gym? Are you kind of considering? Where are you in this process of making an offer that is your own, that you get to keep all the money from, that you don't have to do anything you don't want to do? Come on in and let me know where you are in the process of creating that offer. And then as you do, let me pull up. I've got a little script that I usually use, and I didn't pull it up in time. So you guys, I'm Kelly Coulter. I am the creator of the Fit Pros show. This is the show that I have created for you as fitness professionals. We talk about information, resources, we get to know each other. And I created this at the beginning of the pandemic as an answer to the income stoppage that we all experienced at the beginning of the pandemic. So that's why I come on. I want to help you guys to get your income going again, help you make up the income that you lost during COVID. I have been a group fitness instructor since 1994. On top of that, I've also been an online marketer since 1999. And then since 2014, I have bootstrapped 2 different companies, which means that I completely created those companies on my own without any investment, without going into debt. And I am teaching Fit Pros how to do exactly that. Bootstrap their online fitness companies so that you can keep making that maximum impact and income, and you can keep all the money that you make. All right. So I teach instructors and trainers to take control of their careers by building an online fitness that allows them to serve the clients that they love while living the life that they dreamed of. We simulcast this show every Tuesday at 2:00 from it. We put it into the Fit Pros Connect hosted by Kelly Coulter Facebook group. And then it also goes on to the Fit Pros Connect page, and it goes onto our YouTube channel. At 3:00, we will continue the conversation. We will have a 2-way audio conversation using Clubhouse. So if you are on Clubhouse, make sure you find that conversation and join it. 3 o'clock. And let me know that you are here. Currently teach dance cardio in a studio, but I'm beginning Chair One Fitness virtually. Oh my gosh, Alexis Perkins, I just love her. She's the owner of Chair One Fitness. And if you missed that episode, she was on a few weeks ago to talk about getting certified in chair. I was really interested in having her on because of one of the things that we'll talk about today, which is when creating your offer, you have to consider the venue. Where are you going to be teaching this and how are you going to be teaching it? And Chair Fitness is doing really well online. So let's move on. We'll talk about that when we get there. So you guys, today we're talking about creating your online fitness offer, or maybe not even online. Maybe this is your in-person or your hybrid fitness offer, but how do you create a fitness offer that you can put out there to the world with confidence so that when you offer it, you're not selling, you're just inviting? How do you do that in a way that is authentic and confident? All right. So we have all become more than just fitness instructors. If you took the little boot that COVID gave you and said, I am now starting my own online or my own fitness business, I'm going to figure out a way to make this work outside of a facility, right? Then you have most likely become more than just a fitness instructor, because to those people who are now paying you directly, you are more of a coach and a mentor and a transformational leader. And so we want to look at ways to really make that role into an offer that can be transformational for your participants and lucrative for you, right? That's the end game. That is it in a nutshell. That's what we want to do. So this message is for those of you who are selling it's not an online fitness offer. Sorry, I'm so used to saying online, but this message is not just for those of us who are teaching online. This is for those of us who are teaching outside of a facility, who are in charge of what we make, who are bootstrapping these companies, right? So if you have an offer or you want to make an offer, this message is for you, and you are going to find it to be super, super useful. If you hate selling, so yesterday in the Virtual Studio Business Accelerator, I was doing a lesson on selling, and the first and biggest tenet that we have in the Virtual Studio Business Accelerator about selling is that we don't talk about selling. Selling is not a thing that we do. We are not interested in selling in that traditional sense, right? We're not looking to convince somebody that they need something if they're not convinced that they need it. So we take a different approach. We build a community of people who have similar interests, who respond to us well, who want what we have to offer, and we create a relationship with them. We do that. I teach the accelerators to do that using live video, because there is magic in live video. There is magic in that two-way communication that can happen through the screen in real time. And so I teach them to create the relationship using live video. I teach them to create an offer that does not have to be sold to the right people, right? So if you are looking at creating an offer and you hate selling, this message is for you. And if you need more confidence around the product that you've come up with, this message is definitely for you. All right? So let me make a little drawing for you guys. So I'm over here. A lot of you guys have asked me what I'm using when I do this whiteboard thing. I'm using Explain Everything, and I really like it. It's a great whiteboard program. So let me pull this up, and I'm just going to make you the most elementary little drawing you've ever seen. So here's, oh, no, that's not what I want. How do I get rid of it? No. Okay. How do I make a circle? We're just going to do this. All right. 3 circles. These are terrible circles. Wow, that's bad. That is what you get with an art degree from the College of Charleston right there, those 3 circles. Yeah, we're just going to go with it. Okay, so this first circle over here is your customer needs. Right, and we are going to go through each of these in more detail, but let me get this part over with so I can get these awful looking sad circles off the screen. So customer needs is going to be number 1. Number 2, venue. Where are you teaching this? We're going to talk about online. We're going to talk about not online. We're going to talk about the different ways you can do online and how that affects what product you're going to offer. And then the third circle here is your expertise. What we are looking for, y'all, is a product that hits all 3 of these things and maximizes where they all meet together, because that's where the magic is going to happen. So right here, where all these 3 sad circles meet, that is where our product lives. That is where we are looking to really maximize on, that we're really trying to find something that makes that bigger and bigger, right? So I had to get that off the screen as fast as possible. That was so bad. Okay, so before I move on, let me read. We've got Tanya teaching yoga. We've got Sharita here. Hello. Sharita's in Charleston, right near my trusty College of Charleston, which is actually a really great school, but man, I just can't draw with a mouse like that. And we've got Gina. They were more or less round, weren't they? Okay, so we know that we don't want to feel like we are selling, right? We are not looking to feel like we are going out there and we're like trying to find somebody and grab onto them and say, you need this. And they're like, well, I don't really want that. And you're like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Nobody wants that. You don't want it. Your clients don't want it. How uncomfortable is it when somebody slides into your DMs and starts trying to sell you some crap that you never asked for, coaching or MLM products or, protein shakes or equipment, whatever it is? How much does that suck, y'all? It's the worst. That is not what we want to be doing. And that is not why we got into the business. We want to make money doing what we love doing, which is fitness. So we want to be able to find the people who could use what we have to offer, and we want to invite them into that product. And the key is making those 3 circles all come together and then finding more and more of the people who fit that product. That product lives in that intersection. So we want to be able to offer this product confidently. We want to offer the product in a way that shows that we truly believe that they are missing out if they don't buy in, right? So we talked a little bit about this in the Virtual Studio Business Accelerator yesterday, and I want to talk about it again here. This is what made me really think that this could be a really valuable lesson for you guys. When I do the boot camp, as a lot of you know, you've done the boot camp, and on Thursday, I come on and I say, okay, you've seen a lot of what I'm teaching. You've gotten some progress. You've had some wins, right? That's why I do the boot camp, to get a boot up your butts, boot up under you, get you moving, and get you a quick win. right? And then on Thursday, I say, okay, you've gotten a quick win. I have more to offer in the Virtual Studio Business Accelerator. And then I give the pitch and I talk about it. I describe it. I tell you what it's going to look like. Once you've been in it for 3 months, I tell you what the experience is like of being in it. I do all the things, right? But I always come back to this. I want to make sure that I am giving that information about the Virtual Studio Business Accelerator thoroughly and completely because I truly believe in my ability to come alongside my accelerators and ensure that they get 5 times, 10 times their investment out of that accelerator. And that is why, that's why I do it, right? I am so confident in the idea that they will get what they came for, that I can come in and I can talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. And I know I'm not selling. I know that those people who are still listening at that point are going to be missing out if they don't take that leap. And so it's my job to do everything I can do to help them make that decision, to help them give themselves permission. And I compare that to you making your offer because it's the same thing. You are making an offer that affects people's health and wellness and their fitness. And you know that you have an offer that if they don't give themselves permission and say yes to, that they are missing out. But you might need to do a little tweaking and a little checking off some boxes and a little soul searching in order to really refine that product into something that resonates with your audience. And so we're going to talk about the 3 kind of litmus test pieces in just a minute. And those are those 3 circles that I just drew, or the 3 sad amoebas that I just drew a little bit ago. So that's the first piece, is that you want to have an offer that you know when you invite people to it, if they don't take you up on it, they are missing out. And you want to believe that deep down in your bones. I know that for sure. I get excited when I get to offer the Virtual Studio Business Accelerator. When I give that pitch, I am super excited about it because I know it's an awesome offer. I can offer it with conviction, and I want you to be able to offer your product with conviction, believing. So here's the piece that really got me thinking yesterday when I was really thinking about this. You want to be able to offer this product with conviction, knowing that if they leave and they don't buy from you, but they're still looking to solve the problem that you solve, that they're going to buy something that doesn't solve that problem as well as you do. So I was thinking about this because I have been doing online marketing for 20 years. And on top of that, I've been a fitness instructor since 1994. So what I know for sure, without a doubt, 100%, is that there is no other coach in the business that has been doing online marketing as a full-time job as long as I have. And on top of that, been in the fitness business as long as I have. So I know that if someone is in the boot camp and they're listening to my pitch, and they are really looking to build an online fitness business, and they're really looking to do that through online marketing methods, that I am the only coach that is going to really be able to do that. I believe that I am the best option. I believe that I'm the best choice. So I want you to have a product by the end of this session today that you feel like that about, that you know I am the best choice. If you are still here listening to me when I'm on Facebook Live talking about this, when I'm on Clubhouse, when I'm doing whatever, if you're still here listening to me and you have the problem that I solve, I am the best option for you solving it. And if you don't buy from me, you're going to go buy an inferior product, and I don't want to see you waste your time. That is how I want you to feel about your fitness offer, about your product. The other piece of that is that I want you to feel good about walking away from the people who come out and say, nah, it's not for me, or nah, not right now, or it's too much money, or whatever. So we get really, really focused on those no's a lot of times. I hear it over and over again from past participants in the boot camp and from my virtual studio business accelerators. I hear them getting really focused on this person really needed it and she said no, or everybody's telling me it's too expensive, or I believe it's too expensive. We get so in our head about those no's that we miss the fact that everybody who hasn't said no is still out there ruminating on it. And we make this huge, huge mistake when we are making our offer of thinking that those no's are representative of everybody, right? And really, those no's are just your no's, your no's. So if you, let's say, you do a webinar or a Facebook Live and you talk about your monthly subscription and you give this pitch that is your heart and soul. And at the end of the pitch, you've still got 20 people sitting there listening to you. And then let's say that you direct message with a few of them and you get 3 or 4 people that say, you know, it's just too expensive. It's just not for me right now. I know how I feel when that happens because there is a day at the end of the boot camp every single time when all the no's come out. It just happens. So I know how that feels, and it feels like crap. We have a tendency to want to hang up and be done when that happens. But what you're not seeing is that you got 4 no's, which means there are 16 people out there that are still thinking about it, that still need information and advice from you. And so we tend to get stuck in our heads about the no's, and we need to be so confident in that product that we've created that we're looking past the no's and saying, okay, you know, Annie is still out there and she's still thinking about it because she did not say no. You know, Sam is out there, blah, blah, blah. Whoever is still out there thinking about it. We need to be able to look past those no's, and you can't do that unless you are super, super confident about your product. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to run your fitness product through these 3 filters so that you can get more confident knowing that you are offering the exact right thing to the exact right audience, and you can look past the people who are not your exact right people. All right, so here's your 3 things. It's the 3 things we put in the circles or the amoebas a minute ago. Your customer needs, your venue, and your experience. Let's talk about customer needs first. Actually, let me pause for a second and see if there are any questions here. Hey, Talia, good to see you. People need their own. Yes, they do. More than ever. Oh, Tanya, thank you for saying that. That is awesome. Okay, so number 1, customer needs. Here's what I made these notes. You know how I like to show you guys my notes every once in a while. So you see, I kind of made that into 2 different sides. So your customer needs, you can look at this. So what we're looking at is the result that you offer, right? So you've got a result that you're going to be offering, and either you already know what result you want to offer, or you don't know yet and you need to go out to your audience and find out what problems that they have. And then you're going to design your product around that. So I've had accelerators come in and they've done all kinds of research and said, hey, or they know because of their expertise and their experience and whatever, I know what problem I want to solve. I want to, you know, help people lose 2 pant sizes in 6 months, or I want to work with women in their 50s. Like, they may know what audience they want to work with or what result they want to offer. Or they may know that at the beginning of COVID, they started teaching for free. Now they've got this Facebook group. It's got 600 people in it. And they really need to refine this offer because they want to start getting paid the money that they deserve and should be getting paid, right? So that's kind of the two sides. Either you know or you don't know. So if you know what result you offer, but you don't know exactly how to define that into a product, then I want you to do this. I want you to have conversations with people that have gotten that result from you in the past. So if you know that you want to help people lose 2 pant sizes, that is probably because you've done that with people over and over again. So go to those people who have gotten that result from you in the past and have conversations with them. Find out what they were thinking before they lost the 2 pant sizes. How were they kind of describing that problem? How did they talk about it? What language did they use when they talked about it? Get a list of the symptoms that they're seeing. So a lot of times what will happen is that when somebody has this large problem, and I'll give you guys the example of when I was still in the corporate world, I was insanely depressed. I'm not saying that in a light way. And I was medicating with food and I was gaining weight like crazy. So I was exercising a ton, but still gaining weight like crazy. And every morning I would wake up and the first thought in my mind was, what am I going to do about this weight? Like the first thing I would think in the morning is, what am I going to do about this weight? What am I going to do about this weight? It was every day. That was the thing. I'm not going to eat today. I'm not going to get a chocolate milkshake today. You know, all the things that you do. And I say that because if you were doing some sort of product that was, you know, lose 2 pant sizes or get started on your weight loss journey or something like that, I would have been a great person for you to go to, and I could tell you how I thought about that problem at the time, what I saw as the symptoms, what I saw as how I talked about it. And then you could use that information to develop the messages that you go to your market with, right? How do you go out and really talk about these things to people in a way that resonates with them? So somebody would have gotten in front of me at that time and said, reset your appetite. Stop getting chocolate milkshakes every day. Stop going to Starbucks. And you really had a way to help me do that. Then I would have perked up and listened, right? Because I would have been like, that's my problem. The symptom of my problem is that I'm going to Starbucks every day, or this piece of my problem is that I'm getting a chocolate milkshake however many times a week or whatever. So you can start to glean these phrases, these words, these symptoms from people by having conversations with them. So have conversations with the people that have achieved the result that you are looking to offer, whether it was with you or whether it was somebody else. The other thing I want you to do is that I want you to start crafting messages to your audience with one specific person in mind. So get that person in your mind, that person that has achieved that result. Get that one person in your mind and start crafting messages as if you were just talking to that one person. That is super important because a smaller audience is so much easier to activate. It is impossible for you to, as little old me or little old you, go out and create a fitness offer that resonates with everybody. And you don't want to, right? That's what Peloton is doing. That's what Beachbody are doing. And all they are all doing is competing over the same 20% of the population. You're not looking to compete over the same 20% of the population with Beachbody and Peloton. They can have that piece. You're looking to create a real impact with people who really need that one-on-one personal connection with you and that relationship that is going to help them make that transformation. So when you craft a message as if you were speaking to one person, now you're speaking to everybody who looks and acts and feels like that one person. Make sense? Let me know what questions you've got. Okay, beautiful. Now, if your result is not yet defined and you don't have any idea what you really want to kind of refine down to and teach, then what I want you to do is this. I want you to poll your following. If you've got a Facebook group because you started teaching for free on the internet at the beginning of COVID, start giving them polls. What are you struggling with? What do you want right now? Not what do you want from me, just what are your biggest wants? What do you want to achieve in the next 90 days? What's the biggest thing that's bothering you? Get to know what their problems are, because then you can create a result and a product around what their problems are. If you created a product when I was back in corporate and medicating with food, if you created a product that was stop walking over to the milkshake place every day, and I really believed that you could get me that result, I would have paid you anything, right? If you can create a product that gets people, off tobacco, off the couch, off alcohol, whatever, off sugar, and you can really deliver that result, you can charge anything. So find out what the problem is of the crowd of people whose attention you have. Now, if you don't have a free Facebook group, you can do this in your personal feed. You can go out there and start saying, hey, I'm refining my fitness offer. What problems do you have right now? What can I help you with? Get people talking. Just get people talking. They'll tell you. Just be diligent about it. Polls are the best way to do it in a group because you can do a little poll and people can just easily check the answer. But with your personal feed, you can't do a poll. So you'd have to just do kind of like an open-ended question. Sorry, I need to get a little drink here. Okay, so I'm laughing because I have my assortment of fancy cups right here. So there's my one fancy cup right there. My friend does these really fancy tumblers and it's like glitter and she hand painted all this. And then she did this one too. So this was a Yeti cup that was getting all chipped and then she like painted it and put all this glitter on there and then put my monogram on there. So that's my collection of fancy cups. Okay, so the last thing that I want to say about your customer needs is that you want to figure out how you can leverage the other two pieces of that circle, the venue and the expertise, in order to solve a problem for the potential customers that you've got out there, which is the people who are paying attention to you right now online. That's how you use online marketing to sell a product. Okay, so number 2 is venue. So that was that second circle, venue. You might be teaching in person. You might be teaching online. We're not talking about in the facility unless you're doing some sort of revenue split with your facility. Most of us, when we're working in a facility, we're talking about getting an hourly rate. This is not really applicable to people who are only teaching for an hourly rate. But if you've got a partnership with the local community center and you're keeping 70% and they're keeping 30%, then yes, absolutely, all day long, you want to grow this audience so that your 70% gets bigger and bigger, right? So you might be teaching in person at your home, at a park, at their homes. You might be one of those people who is traveling and doing small groups in different neighborhoods or doing at-home personal training, and then you're traveling to their location. If you are doing that kind of stuff, I hope you are charging a premium, right? You have got to be making money doing that. You might be doing a community center, like I said, with the 70-30 revenue split, that kind of thing. All of these factors could affect what product you want to put out there, right? You're not going to go to somebody's home and try to teach them like a step class every week. Like that just would be awkward and weird. You're going to go and probably do personal training with them or something else, but you're not going to, I can't envision anybody like, moving their cycle around and doing indoor cycling one-on-one with people or anything like that. So those things will affect what product you offer. Similarly, if you are teaching online, there are factors that are going to affect what you teach, what you lead, right? So factors like whether it's recorded or live, whether you are offering recordings as a part of your monthly subscription, whether or not you're doing like a Facebook group or anything to kind of augment your fitness offer, all of those things are going to affect what product you offer. With online, that's especially true because us as fitness instructors, we are limited by the licensing issues around music. We are limited by the technical aspects. So today I was teaching yoga and I kept on freezing. And if that would have been kind of a choreography based program, that could have been a real problem. It's a problem enough when it's a live class, but when it's also choreography based, I mean, you would just have to like start the song over or something. But so there are technology aspects. We are finding it harder to teach the formats that are more music-based and more choreography-based because we can't use the music that we used before, right? That's a big issue. So you've got technology issues in like delays and skips and pauses, and then you've also got the music licensing issues. Those things are going to affect what you can lead online. So you want to really find that balance between where you add the most value and what's going to do well in the venue that you're teaching at. Bar does well online. Chair fitness does well online. Yoga does well online. Step is harder. I've got accelerators that are teaching step, but it is harder because of that music. And then in person, you're finding that the small group training does better, that boot camps are still really popular. So there are definitely differences, and you want to use that as an advantage. So you want to use the venue as an advantage and find the format and the modality of fitness that you're going to be leading that works best with the venue that you're going to be using. All right, so then number 3 is your experience, your expertise. And your expertise is going to be a combination of your education and your experience, right? Now, this is where testimonials really comes in terms of your marketing. So we talked a lot yesterday in the Virtual Studio Business Accelerator about testimonials because they are super, super powerful when you go to start creating this offer and putting this offer out there to the world. So it's really important that you are gathering testimonials from anybody that's ever gotten this result from you in the past. And these testimonials can tell your audience a lot about your education and your experience without you having to go out there and like brag. Your education and your experience should be what are informing your product selection, your venue, all of that stuff. But they shouldn't be what you rely on to sell the offer. It should be what gives you confidence to sell the offer, but you're not actually going to ever go out there and list all of your credentials. It's just not that important to people. It's not as important as we try to make it to people. So we want to have the education and the credentials, but we don't necessarily want to be constantly listing them. Okay, so those three things come together, and where they meet is where you are going to identify your product. You guys, let me know what questions you've got about this, because that is the end of the informational piece of this. All right, y'all. So your homework is to get out there, have conversations with your past customers that have gotten the result that you promise, and start to really define the language that you want to use around this product, and start to really refine the product that you offer, so that when you go on Facebook Live, or when you create a post, or when you create a flyer, or you go out and talk to people in person, you're able to talk about this thing with confidence, knowing that if they say no, you can walk away and offer it to 10 more people and be fine with your no's. I want you to have maximum confidence around that product offer. Okay, you guys, that is what I have got for you today. And I know as I'm finishing this up, you might be throwing some questions in. Please do. If you're watching on the replay, give me a little hashtag replay. Let me know that you're here. Throw your questions in, tag me. I can still answer them even if you're watching in the replay. Want to let you know that we will continue the conversation in Clubhouse. If you are in Clubhouse, you're going to find the Online Fitness Entrepreneurs Room, and I will be continuing the discussion there. And the other announcement that I've got is that we are going to be doing the Sell Out Your Online Workout again, boot camp again on March 8th. And registration for that is open. So if you go to fitprosconnect.com/bootcamp, and Lonnie will put that in the comments for us, it's fitprosconnect.com/bootcamp. If you go to that link, it'll have all the information about boot camp. You can register for there. It is a paid boot camp. It's only $37 for 5 days of me coming on live, giving you all kinds of valuable information just like this. We're going to do live laser coaching. We're going to do an invitation-only VIP day at the end. We're going to do prizes, and you are going to get your business the kick in the butt that it needs to start kicking ass and keep going. So y'all, that's what we do in the Sell Out Your Online Workout Bootcamp, fitprosconnect.com/bootcamp. Get registered now, because it really allows me to help plan and see. When I see who's registering, it helps me to kind of customize that session of the boot camp for the people that I know that are coming in. So get registered as soon as you possibly can, and that really helps me with my planning process. All right, y'all, that is what I have got for you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you at Clubhouse at 3 o'clock. All right, bye-bye.